What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 102 of the Nonsense Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and this is just a little bit of a preamble I'm recording on my own quick to explain the situation. We had a very good episode ready for you today, but unfortunately, due to some technical issues, we had some desync issues, which Rick may or may not have been able to solve for us. I don't know, but if he did, then you can look forward to that episode on Friday instead as an extra credit. But in the meantime, here's us from back in September watching an episode of Adventure Time, so please enjoy that. And yes, give it a few seconds and we'll have your regularly scheduled programming. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Nonsense Review. I am your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello everybody.
And you may notice I didn't say a number that time. That's because this is another one of our patented rainy day episodes. Today we're going to be doing a bit of Adventure Time, something we're both familiar with. We'll get into the details of what episode a little bit later. First things first, you know we usually like to discuss our weeks, but because this is a rainy day episode, instead we're going to borrow a segment from the Nonsense Retrospective, and that segment is...
Nonsense Asinine Hypotheticals. Yeah, do you have one for me today?
Funny enough, I forgot to prepare a third question, so if you have one in hand while I can think, that would be grand.
My one for you is, you're walking somewhere, forest, train station, wherever, you come across a suitcase. It contains a small fortune, like £1,000,000 or $1 million or whatever, and a bloodstained piece of paper with the word "don't" written on it. What do you do?
I walk the fuck away. I've seen No Country for Old Men.
I haven't, actually.
No, I'm not... First of all, if I saw a suitcase filled with an obscene amount of cash, I'd already be suspicious. But if there's a note that's bloody that says "don't," I'm like, yeah, cool. Good advice, random stranger.
Thank you, blood note.
I wouldn't even look twice. I'd be like, because something, again, I think I touched upon it last bonus episode, where I value my time. That includes me wanting to not die young if I can help it. So I'd rather have the extra 20 years, 30 years than have a fortune.
Yep.
You know?
I can respect that.
I think it comes hand in hand with not believing in an afterlife as well, because in my mind, when you're dead, that's it, and that's what makes death so terrifying.
Yeah, being rich for the last 10 minutes of your life is not a very good trade-off.
Nah, not really, man, not really. But yeah, my question for you is, let's go very primitive, very lewd, and very simple. Any princess from Adventure Time, let's just assume they're legal. Which one do you want?
Marceline doesn't count because she's not a princess.
Correct.
Probably going to go with Flame Princess.
You will burn your knob off.
Yeah, well, we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, immediately. When I say be with, I don't mean romantically.
Yeah, now, here's the thing, you're
going to wrap it up in tinfoil like Finn does to have a hug.
Yeah. Even though, as far as she's concerned, I'm a water elemental.
Oh, yeah, because the tears, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there are a couple of one-time princesses that I'm not quite as familiar with. Huntress Wizard, yeah, she's not a princess.
A breakfast princess looks tasty, if you get my meaning. I'd be tempted to say Princess Bubblegum, but, she is meant for Marceline.
Yeah, and she's technically evil by most...
Oh, I've said it before, PB's a war criminal.
Yeah, by most stretches of any imagination, she's not a good person. So yeah, she's not a very good pick. Lumpy Space Princess is literally the worst.
Yeah. I think she gets off with Lemon Grab at one point.
Yeah, I think in the finale, it's LSP x Lemon Grab. Ugh. Because they're both the worst.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Flame Princess, as basic as a choice that it is.
Giving a new meaning to the term hot dog.
Yeah.
But yes, as we've touched upon, we're doing Adventure Time. We're doing a very specific episode that Rick suggested, and I was pretty much immediately like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, because it's better to do this one that we know we're both going to enjoy than just diving in at the beginning. Even though Adventure Time does have a reasonably good starting few episodes, I think the first one is defending Princess Bubblegum's tea party from zombie bananas or something.
Let's put it this way. Season 1, very specifically, of Adventure Time is one of those where you can pick any episode and just watch it.
Yeah, it's exactly what Cartoon Network wanted at the time, which was something that is non-sequential. You can watch them in any order. It's just a romp.
Yeah, and now I didn't even know it had 10 seasons until I looked on the episode list to decide what we were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes on pretty long. There was a certain point where I picked it up, and then from then on I watched everything, but the first few seasons, I've not watched very much of it at all. So today we're going to be watching Season 1, Episode 25. It's called His Hero, and if you want to join us at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
Guest starring one Lou Ferrigno as Billy.
Yeah, I forgot about that completely.
Yeah. Fun fact about Ferrigno. He is mostly deaf.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is why he talks the way he does and why Billy has a weird lisp.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, because of that, and I only found this because of the wiki dive I ended up going on because I was looking up the lists, look at the fucking artwork they used to have for the title cards. So awesome.
Yeah. Like, even going forward, they've got pretty good concept art for the title cards.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, they actually, because of Lou Ferrigno's somewhat deafness, they actually made it canon that the reason why... Billy himself is actually mostly deaf and is just really good at fucking reading lips.
Okay.
Apparently that is a detail in the show.
Cool.
You sure you don't want the mini queen, Rick?
Well, she's a queen, not a princess.
Ah, same thing.
I think queens tend to be princesses that have gotten married.
Princesses that are now MILFs.
Yeah. MILF princess.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. What's the name of his sword? No tongue!
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did get it right. Nice. I love this song. It's so goofy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
It's the only time
I like
they
he just
refer to the
kicks
Lich
him in
King
the
as the
face.
Lich King.
Yeah. It's such a fucking stupid song, especially the way his voice starts breaking at the end.
Yeah, and it just ends with also he fought a bear.
Yeah. As if that's even remotely impressive compared to the other shit.
Although it was a floating sky demon bear.
True. I'd love the idea of awesome badass heroes just getting to retire.
Yeah, sitting on a pile of treasure in a cave.
This is what influenced a certain thing in our D&D campaign.
Yeah, good old hashtag.
Harshnag, but yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to have Harshnag act like this, and then it kind of got away from me.
Yup.
Jake can stretch, by the way, guys.
He can. He totally can. He's just choosing not to.
By the way, I'm so used to seeing Billy with grey hair, it was so weird seeing him with brown hair in the flashback.
Yeah. And also, he has 6 fingers.
Yeah, and 4 toes.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fucked up. It's very nihilistic.
It's a good way to teach non-violence to kids, though, you know?
Yeah. What's the old adage? Violence begets violence?
Hmm.
Which is somewhat true. I forgot he did that! See, that's the problem, is like it kind of works in the real world, but in a fantasy world where there are real monsters that will just eat folk, you know...
Yeah, there's a limit to how good you can be as a talking hero.
Yeah.
In a violence world.
Like, ooh is a deaf world.
Hmm.
Are they allowed to use that word?
Yeah, kind of. You can say spaz, but not the full version.
Not in England, you fucking can't. We used to get told off for that shit in school.
You get told off for everything in school.
Mm.
You get told off for even frickin' euphemisms in school.
Isn't he a shit cook?
Almost certainly.
Fair enough, then.
Perfectly cromulent gruel.
Oh, wait, he puts potion in it so everyone gets horrible mutations, if I recall. That's somewhat impressive that you could outrun a dragon. Even if it did take 2 days. A long time.
It's been a while. It's been a while without food.
You should not potion people without their consent. Jesus Christ, that's a lot, Finn.
And now it's Stone Village.
What?
I think it's meant to be his belly button, which... a prehensile belly button.
No, but I'm more like, what potion did that? Because it can't have been the stone skin one. See, here's the issue with the stone skin thing, right? What if you get an itch?
Yep.
And now I've just said that and I've got an itchy fucking head.
And now you said that, so do I. Oh no.
Welcome to this cursed world of knowledge.
It's like the itch. It's like the itch equivalent of a yawn again ends up contagious.
I'm not gonna do it. Holy shit, them legs. That is overkill. Man, if only you still had that stone skin, eh?
Yeah. To be honest, it was a pretty cool gadget shoot.
I didn't realise this is where this quote came from, this episode specifically.
Yeah.
That's a great quote for life.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of criticism for so-called gifted children where they never had to try out anything because the tasks that they were set were like really simple. And when they finally start hitting things that are difficult, they can't deal with it.
Well, I even told you, like, you can tell gifted people from non-gifted people because gifted children, some things would come naturally. So you're gifted, you go in this class, you do this, you do that, etc., etc. The moment they come up to a problem they just can't instantly solve, they don't keep working at it. It's like, well, I can't instantly do it, which means I can't do it. Whereas people who weren't dubbed as gifted will be like, I can't do this yet. Because they've done plenty of things before where they were told they couldn't do or they struggled with, and they just kept going at it, and eventually they could, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's something I've said on the podcast before, and it's a real flaw in the education system.
That you don't teach people who've got a knack for solving problems how not to get frustrate at things that are hard.
Yeah. Kill that motherfucker!
Yeah, didn't they already drop him off a cliff?
Yeah. I like that you can't control it. Come to think of it, kind of Hulkish when you think about it.
Yeah, his body reacts with pure heroism.
Finn doesn't have his sword yet, does he?
I think he has a sword, but not a good one.
Yeah, but I know later on he gets a sword that's white and has like a gem in the pommel.
Oh yeah, he's not got the Finn sword yet.
Yeah. And then even later on, I do like the gag of every time Finn somehow manages to fix his lost arm, spoiler for later on, much later on, he always ends up losing it again.
Yeah. He eventually gives up.
Yeah, to be fair. I know there's that long period of time when he's got like a stem just coming out of it.
Yeah, it's got a little flower.
Yeah.
And then it becomes the grass sword, becomes like an entire false arm.
Yeah, and eventually it leaves him and becomes Fern.
Yeah.
And
who gets killed by the weed whacker.
I don't remember that bit exactly, but yeah. I like how he's got gold in his sink. I like how this motivates him to go out and adventure again, and eventually leads him to his death.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Hunger for violence.
What the I don't remember this bit at all.
Knitting together into a fresh heart.
That is kind of what this show's about. It's just like, it's a fun, dumb cartoon about adventuring kids, and then occasionally they have a real fucked up scene like that happen.
Hmm. Just the smile and the nod, yeah.
You can see why people, even in the early days, consider this a stoner cartoon.
Yeah, totally.
Like, not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the classic Adventure Time songs as well.
Yeah, plus they named the finale after this song.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that little animation. Frederator!
Yeah, Frederator Studios.
They still going? They must be, right?
I don't know, maybe.
But yeah, that was the end of Adventure Time Season 1, Episode 25, His Hero. All about Billy!
Also, he fought a bear.
Yeah. That episode was just fun, but I've got to ask you all the same, Rick. What did you think?
It was a good one, and, like, I don't know if I've actually seen this whole episode itself, and pretty sure I haven't, based on how surprised I was at certain things. Like you say, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something.
Yeah, I think that gets quoted so often.
Yeah, I think I would have remembered it if I'd have seen it in its entirety. But yeah, how about you? What do you think of it?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's one of the rare early episodes of Adventure Time that sticks with you. And we found this out when, again, going on the wiki dive, because I kept bitching at you about it when I was on it, of Billy doesn't actually show up that often.
No, he doesn't.
And he's mentioned more times than he appears.
Yeah. So, as far as I'm aware, this might be the only full episode where he's not being puppeted by the Lich King.
Yeah, technically yes, because the other episode he turns up in is when he's already a ghost, and he only sort of shows up at the end of it.
Sure.
As like a Darth Vader in the sky. Not Darth Vader, Mufasa in the sky. That's because of the Simpsons
this is
joke.
CNN.
Yeah.
You guys pipe down, I'm trying to say goodbye to Lisa.
But yeah, apart from this and the episode where I think it's called Billy's Bucket List, every other time we see Billy is after he fought the Lich again and failed and is being puppeted by the Lich, which, considering Billy is such a big influence on Finn's life, is very tragic.
It's a real punch to Finn in particular, yeah.
Especially seeing as the whole reason the Lich almost wins is because he gets Finn to do his dirty work by asking for help as Billy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's not dwell too much on that. It's a good episode. It's a good establishing shot of a character, and it's just all round fun. But yeah, we'll get into our usual wind down, I suppose. And yeah, favourite moment.
My favourite moment is the Billy song.
How can it not be?
Yeah, like, literally, how can it not be? It's like, some pretend screamo hair metal.
They really nailed the piss take.
Yeah, like, nobody is ever going to believe that it was meant to be taken seriously, and yet it does tell you things about the character.
Yeah, it gives you the entire character's backstory. And I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the things that Billy did in that backstory is stuff that Finn does regularly.
Yeah, like, he's got the fire count, Finn's got the Ice King, he had the bubblegum prince, the bubblegum countess or whatever she was, and...
I think it's Countess Candyfloss.
Countess Candyfloss, okay, yeah, he gave her some of his hair.
Which, hey, this is after the episode where Finn gets some of Bubblegum's hair.
Yeah. I think didn't he keep it in a Zippo bag or something?
Yeah, because originally I don't actually remember, because he originally gives it to that witch, and the witch is like, this isn't hair, this is bubblegum. And it's where we discover that Finn has got bishy hair.
Yeah, he's got that, he's got the flowing, glorious golden locks.
Yeah. Like, even fighting the ocean is kind of a Finn thing, because as we learn very early on, Finn is definitely afraid of water.
Yeah. And he's also a kid, and therefore prone to stupidity. stupidity. Would try something like that, legitimately. But yeah, how about you? What was your favourite moment?
Yeah, same as you. The song's great. It sticks in your mind.
Yeah.
That being said, close second is that fucking legendary Jake quote at this point.
Yeah, I'll feel you.
First step of being good at something is to slightly suck at something, or something along those lines. I butchered it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at it.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, we can't only talk about the good, we have to dwell on the bad, so to that end, Rick, weakest link.
I'd say it's the fact that, as we say, there's not a lot of Billy going forward. He's such a inspiration to Finn's adventuring career, and also Jake as well. Like, Jake also does have a crush on Billy.
I think, saying that, I think Finn even at some point says that he has a crush on Billy.
Yeah. Like, they both have boyish crushes on Billy, but also he's a massive inspiration to both of them, and it just sucks that there's not more of him. I also think that his girlfriend shows up at some point that he broke up with because he was doing too much adventuring.
Yeah, Billy's bucket list.
Yeah. And it's one of those where it just sucks that they didn't get more time together.
Yeah.
So my weakest link is all future stuff, not part of the episode. How about you? What's your weakest link?
It's not really a weak... It's hard to say a weak link for something this short, you know? Every moment had a purpose. My weak link is going to go to something that's not really a weak link, but I have to say something, and that is the rather grim visual gag of cutting to Billy's dog.
Okay.
And it's just a skeleton, and it's like, fuck. Even Jake in the episode is like, hold me, I'm scared.
Yeah, I had a dog, here he is.
I think he even goes a step further and goes, I even had a magic talking dog. And the skeleton is identical to Jake. Let's not fucking beat around the bush.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've kind of cheated on the last two episodes. Sorry, we filmed the Haluva Boss episode just before this, where our weakest link aren't real weakest links, because the episodes are short and good. What do you want from us? Let's talk about the actual important question. Rick, MVP.
I'm gonna have to give it to Billy, because, like I just said, he's a massive inspiration to Finn and Jake. They wouldn't be as much of adventurers if it weren't for him being that inspiration. And without them being adventurers, you don't have adventure time, you just have slice of life time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, how about you? Who's your MVP?
Yeah, everything, it's the same. It's Billy. Like, everything he does is just oozes cool, from holding out his gauntleted hand and going, no tongue, and getting his sword to just come to him like four, and just being cool. You could see in his prime, this was a cool motherfucker. And
yeah,
I don't know about you, Rick, and I've definitely said this on the podcast before, one of my favourite tropes is tired old badass.
Yeah, getting out of the chair and being a badass again.
Absolutely. It's an awesome trope. People like that trope for a reason.
Yeah. You see a lot of warriors, you see a lot of old people, you don't see a lot of old warriors.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of my favourite quotes is, you should fear a man who is old in a profession where men die young.
Yeah. Old mercenaries, old warriors.
Like, you don't get to be old in that career unless you're good at it.
Even old sportsmen, you know?
Not even old sportsmen. The one I like to point to that isn't even violent is old fishermen.
Okay, yeah.
You know, it's not I say it's not a violent job. It's not a violent job on behalf of humanity, but, you know, nature's fucked, and you don't get to live long in that career if you're not smart.
Yeah, there's always a non-zero chance of an accident, and the longer you do it, the higher that non-zero chance gets over time.
Yeah, exactly. Enough about this grim reality, though. We just finished watching Adventure Time. Let's be fun and happy, and...
Reject the grim reality and substitute our own.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go to the world of ooh. But yeah, it was a fun episode. We enjoyed it. Watch more Adventure Time, guys. If you've made it this far, don't forget you can leave us a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube, but instead watching via one of our many audio platforms, you can send us an email. Where would they send email to, Rick?
They would send the email to nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. So once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yes. And as usual, if you've made it this far, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Don't forget to keep yourselves safe and keep yourselves happy. We'll see you all again next week, guys.
Bye.